Jets Ward.
Jets, Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? And welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. I got a fun one for you today. But first, if you have been here before, welcome back. You know I love having you guys here in the Jets Ward. You make these videos so much fun for me to make, and I love having you here. And if you are new here, welcome. Whether you're a Jets fan, a fan of another team, or just a casual NFL fan, you are always welcome here. It is a safe space for you. But guys, we are going to continue this week talking about the reactions from the Jets' first preseason game against the Packers, where they beat the Packers 30-10. And what I'm going to be talking to you guys about today is my projected 53-man roster after preseason game one. And there might be a lot of shocks to you guys based on how people played in the last game, how big people came up, how little people came up. And I'm going to be tweaking this 53-man roster depending on all the changes that the Jets do as we go through these preseason games and the offseason. So right now, I'm going to be talking to you guys about what I think the 53-man roster of the Jets will be based on what I saw from last week's training camp practices and from the first preseason game against the Packers. So where should we start? Well, obviously, you got to start with the quarterbacks. And I think the New York Jets are going to have two quarterbacks on this roster. Obviously, Justin Fields is our starter. He looked good in the first preseason game. Tyrod Taylor did not play. He was dealing with an injury. But I think the Jets are only going to carry two quarterbacks. I think Justin Fields is definitely going to be the starter, and Tyrod Taylor is going to be his backup. I honestly like these two quarterbacks. They both have very similar skill sets. Both are running quarterbacks. Both have really good arms. So their skill sets match each other, and I think they match the offense that we're going to be trying to run. So I think the Jets are only going to carry two quarterbacks on this roster. Now, here's the big change. I think the Jets are going to carry four running backs, and the reason for that is Donovan Edwards really showed something in the last game. He's been coming out, balling out in training camp practices, whether it's running the ball or receiving the ball, and he dominated in the Packers game as well, where he broke off a 70-plus run that would have been a touchdown, but it was called back because of a penalty. He looked awesome in that game. So I think the Jets are going to be nervous that they're going to lose him if they put him on the practice squad. So I think they're going to hold four running backs. Obviously, Breece Hall, he didn't play the best in Green Bay, but I think he's still the number one running back on this team. Then we got Braylon Allen, who looked awesome in the first preseason game. Isaiah Davis looked good, and Donovan Edwards looked amazing. So I think the Jets are going to carry four running backs as of now on this roster. Now, again, things can change as the preseason goes on, but I think right now Donovan Edwards has to be on this roster because if you put him on the practice squad, he is going to get snatched up very, very quickly and possibly to a team like the Dolphins who are in need of running back help now, especially after Madison is going to be out for the year with a neck injury. Now, four running backs. Continuing on, the Jets are going to carry a fullback, and that's going to be Andrew Beck, who can also play tight end. So having Andrew Beck, who looked very, very good in the first preseason game as a receiving guy and a blocker, I think the Jets are going to definitely keep him, and they're going to utilize him as a fullback and a tight end, which means going into the tight end position, I think the Jets before we get to that, getting into the receivers, I think the Jets are going to only carry six receivers. And the reason I think that is we're going to be more of a running team. So I think the receivers that we're going to carry are definitely Garrett Wilson, Josh Reynolds, Tyler Johnson, I think played very, very well. So I definitely think he's going to stay. Brandon Smith has been dominating, and he looked very good on the two completions that he made that went for first downs. So guy that they trusted to get those long yardage first downs. Brandon Smith, I think, makes this team. Arian Smith looked pretty good as well. He broke away from his cornerback, and just Adrian Smith or Martinez overthrew him. But that blazing speed came out in the Packers game. So I really like Arian Smith, and I think Jamal Pritchett makes this team as well. Those are the six receivers that I believe we are going to keep. Allen Lazard, I think he ends up getting traded. I don't think he's going to be on this team. I really don't. Jamal Pritchett, I really like Jamal Pritchett's here. Quentin Skinner, I really like, but I think he's going to be a practice squad guy. And Malachi Corley did not look good. I don't think he makes this team based on his performance in training camp so far and based on his performance in the Green Bay Packer game. So I think these are going to be our 6 receivers that we are going to carry on this team. Now, continuing on, tight ends. I think we're going to carry 2 tight ends. Mason Taylor, who didn't play because of an injury, and Stone Smart, who looked very good receiving the ball, had a very good touchdown run where he caught a screen pass and broke through multiple tackles and ran for a touchdown for 20-plus yards. Very good player. I think these are going to be our 2 tight ends that we carry, along with Andrew Beck that can play tight end and fullback. Now, continuing on, getting into the tackles. I think we're going to carry 4 tackles. Olu Fashanu and Armand Membu looked awesome in the game. Chukwuma Okorafor is going to be our swing tackle. He looked pretty good. And I think Samuel Jackson has been showing a lot in training camp as well, where I think this team is going to trust him enough to keep him on this roster. Carter Warren and Max Mitchell did not look good in the preseason game, especially Max Mitchell. So I think Samuel Jackson is going to be able to keep his spot on this team, and we're going to carry 4 tackles. For guards, I think we're going to carry 3. AVT, John Simpson, and Xavier Newman, I think. Xavier Newman was the guy that was the lead blocker for Stone Smart's touchdown. So I think Xavier Newman has shown a ton with this new run scheme and pass scheme that he's going to be able to make this team. And we know AVT's a mauler. We know John Simpson, when he comes back, is going to be great as well. So I think we carry 3 guards. And then I believe we carry 2 centers. Joe Tippmann, who can bump to guard if need be, like he did in the Packer game. And Josh Myers as our backup, who could start just in case we have any more injuries on the offensive line. So I think those are going to be all of our offensive linemen. So again, we have 4 tackles, 3 guards, and 2 offensive coordinators. So 7, 8, 9 linemen in total. So I think that's going to be very good for us. But continuing on to the next, the defensive tackles. Now, this one is going to be tough for me because I think Quinnen Williams obviously is a lock. Leonard Taylor III is a lock. Byron Cowart did not play in the preseason game, but he has been looking great in training camp and has been one of the starting next to Quinnen Williams. Then I have Derek Nottie. Derek Nottie has not shown much. He needs to show out. I still think because of his veteran leadership, he's going to be able to be on this team, but it didn't hurt. It hurt him because Jay Tufele had a fantastic game and looked like if he continues to play like the way he did, he is going to be able to take more plays away from Derek Nottie and maybe sneak like a Peyton Page on this team, who I have on the practice squad at this point because he didn't really do much in the game the other night either. So Jay Tufele and Derek Nottie, I think, are going to be on this team as well, carrying 5 defensive tackles. That's how I think we're going to be going with the defensive tackles. Going into the next position, I got our defensive ends, and I think we're also going to carry 5. WMD, or Will McDonald, Jermaine Johnson, who was off the PUP list right now. He is back to being able to practice with the team. Eric Watts has been looking very good as well. I also think Tyler Barron, who we drafted, is going to be on this team. And Rashad Weaver has been looking good in training camp as well. Shocking one, Michael Clemens is not there because he did not look good in the preseason game at all. Getting into a fight with a Packer player, getting pulled off the field because of the penalties, and Aaron Glenn getting into his face as well. It's not what you want to see. Michael Clemens really hurt himself in this preseason game. So right now, he is not on this squad at this point. I have these 5 guys that I really trust. Next, getting into the linebackers. I think we're going to carry 5 linebackers. That's going to be Jamie Sherwood and Quincy Williams, obviously. But then I think we're going to carry Francisco Maligoa, Jamin Davis, and Jamarcus Weston for his special teams because he was an ace on the special teams. He had a fumble recovery on the punt, and he was actually great in coverage. He had a PFF grade of a 60.9 coverage grade at the linebacker position when he played in the Packer game the other night, and over a 90 PFF grade on special teams. So I really like him. McCrary Ball, with the dumb penalties as well, got called out, got taken out of the game as well, so that's going to hurt him. And I just think Jamarcus Weston leaves a lot for the special teams, so that's why I think he's going to be able to make this team. Jamin Davis, I think, can still be good, but he needs to show more. Francisco Mauigoa is going to be fighting for that third linebacker spot. He's looked good in practices, but in the game, he didn't really show up much. So I think these are going to be our 5 linebackers. Continuing on, I think we're going to be carrying 8 cornerbacks. And those cornerbacks are going to be obviously Sauce, Brandon Stevens, Michael Carter II, A.Z. Thomas will be here, Chris Boyd for his special teams play as well. Quantez Stiggers has been looking very good. I think he's a good rotational piece. Isaiah Oliver, who can both play safety and cornerback, I think he's been looking good. And I'm saying Jordan Clark is going to make this team as well because he's been looking very, very good in practice. He can play safety, but he's been playing a lot of nickel cornerback in practice, and he's been looking very, very good in that as well. So I think he makes this team because, again, I think the team is nervous that if they put him on the practice squad, he will get snatched up very, very quickly. So these are the cornerbacks that I think they're going to carry. Going into next, we're going to carry 3 safeties. Andre Sisco, Malachi Moore, and Tony Adams. Tony Adams went down, got injured in the preseason game against the Packers, but he's been one of the vocal leaders in training camp, and I think that's going to keep him on this team. He got a couple interceptions in training camp so far. Malachi Moore has looked awesome, and Andre Sisco is going to be a beast. He looked very good as well. So I think these are going to be our 3 safeties that we keep on our 53-man roster as well. Getting into the next one, our kicker, Nick Folk. Mavis had a great game against the Packers, but Nick Folk is the veteran. He's been one of the better kickers in the league for the past couple of years. I think he wins this job, so he's going to be the kicker. The punter is going to be Austin McNamara. He looked awesome in the preseason game. He had a lot of great punts, did a fantastic job. So I think he's going to be on this team. And our long snapper, Thomas Hennessy, rounding out the 53-man roster. So those are the players I think are going to make this 53-man roster based on what I've seen in training camp so far and based on what I've seen from the first preseason game. Now, we still have a couple preseason games left. We have joint practices against the Giants this week that are going to be coming up. And I honestly think, based on how we play, this 53-man roster can change. If Michael Clemens comes out and balls out in these practices this week and balls out in the game against the Giants, well, that could change. He could be bumped back on. Same thing for a lot of these players. If Malachi Corley goes out and has a fantastic week of practice and has a fantastic game, maybe that is something that pulls him back in. It really depends. I love a lot of these players, and some of them I had to keep off the list. Peyton Page, I think, can be very good, but again, he's not here because of the way he played in the first preseason game. So that's my prediction for the 53-man roster. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Make sure, please, you like and subscribe to the videos. Hit that bell for more notifications of when I post these videos. And, again, only about 96% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So make sure, please, subscribe. It helps me out a lot, gets the videos out to more people, and I really, really appreciate it as well. And, again, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. And, again, thank you so much for joining me in the Jets Ward. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.